What's going on YouTube? Tony Callan here from CFilms. Today we're going to dive into my collection of film gear, take a look at it, and I'm going to tell you a few things I like about it, and we're going to decide if it's still applicable to use in 2020. So let's get right after it. I just want to let you guys know that I'm not sponsored by any of these companies in this video. This is all of my personal opinions on these products, so let's get right into it. All right, so we're gonna start out with my camera body and lens. And sadly, I don't have a second camera yet, so I have to film these on my iPhone, so the quality is gonna look a little bit different. But so the camera body I use is the Sony A7S Mark II. I really love this camera. It's a full frame mirrorless camera by Sony. They do a lot of good work with their alpha cameras. This has been my body for about 2 years now, and I don't really plan on switching anytime soon. I love the 4K, I love the low light, the high ISO, and paired with this 24-70 G-master f2.8, it's a money shot. This Sony G-master lens has been on my list for so long, and I finally got the opportunity to purchase it a couple months back. It's been my favorite go-to lens ever since I purchased it, and I don't have any intentions on buying a new lens anytime soon. All right, next up for lenses, we have the Sony Zeiss f4 10 to 18 millimeter lens. And a little bit of backstory, I actually bought this camera body and lens together from a guy off eBay. And this has been my go-to lens ever since I had the camera until I got this new lens that I have now, the Sony G-master. But the 10 to 18 is super nice. The wide angle looks really good. It doesn't get a super fisheye look on it. Everything stays clean. The f4, you still get a good depth of field, and the color is great with this lens as always. Those are really the only two lenses I use. It's a pretty big field of range there from 10 to 70 millimeters. I have everything pretty much covered, so those are the only two lenses I'm going to be showing today. I do have a couple other ones, but I won't be showing those, so let's move on to the monitor setup. For the monitor, I'm using the Liliput 4K camera monitor assist. Now, this monitor isn't the most expensive one on the market, but it does exactly what I need it to do. I will be upgrading soon to a internal recording monitor, but for now this gets the job done. It takes HDMI footage straight from the camera and brings it into the monitor up top. And like I said, it shows 4K footage through the whole thing, which helps me perfectly during my shoots. With the monitor out of the way, we can move over to the microphones. And for mics, I'm using the Rode Filmmaker kit. I have went through a lot of wireless lavalier setups in my day, and this one seems to pull out as the best one I have used. A lot of the digital wireless lavalier kits will have buzzing in the background and humming, and these don't seem to do that. They're very high quality boxes, very user friendly, and I think this is gonna be my mic for a long time. All right, lastly, but most importantly, in my Pelican case is going to be another Pelican case actually used for SD cards. Now this Pelican case is fully waterproof, dustproof, shockproof, you name it. I used to carry my SD cards in a little Ziploc baggie, so this was a major step up, and for only $24, it was quite the steal. All right, so that wraps it up for everything in my first case, and this case is the Pelican Air 1485 case. I absolutely love Pelican's cases. With their pick and pluck technology, it's super easy to fit all of your items that you need into your own custom built case. I would highly recommend anyone that has very expensive film gear, music production stuff, or anything that you really care about, even with traveling, to get one of these Pelican cases. All right, on to the next case, which happens to be not a Pelican case, but a Nanuk 940 case. And I'm using the Nanuk brand this time because it actually came free with my purchase of what's inside of it, which is my choice of stabilization and a lot of other filmmakers' choices, the DJI Ronin M. This gimbal has been said to be one of the best gimbals on the market. I know a lot of filmmakers that have had this gimbal for 5+ years, and it still works perfectly. All right, guys, and my last bag contains my drone, and my choice of drone is the DJI Mavic Air. I believe it's just the perfect size. You can bring it with you, throw it in any bag. It's very durable. There's not much you can say about a drone, but it gets the job done shooting in 4K, 1080p, and all around, it's just a very solid drone. All right, and the last few items are stuff that you guys cannot see, which is behind the camera. I have two newer 480 LED lights. These come with the choice of being battery powered or wall powered with a DC plug-in. I'm using all newer light stands as well as a newer 5-in-1 reflector with a few different choices of colors. Newer is a great brand for starters. I hope to upgrade these lights at some point, but for right now they work perfect for what I need to do. Let's finish up this episode by discussing some of the gear. Is it worth upgrading or should I stick with it? Is it applicable for 2020 use? Now, I think that most of this gear is perfectly fine for 2020 use. My camera body was made in 2015 or 2012, I believe, one of those years it was released, so it is pretty old, but everyone still proves it to be true and one of the best low light bodies out there. I still think it's a very good camera. My lights, like I said, I would like to upgrade. I still think they work for what I do, but they do need a little bit of an upgrade. And the only other thing that I said needed an upgrade was my monitor. And the reason for that is that my monitor doesn't have external recording. Well, that concludes this episode where we go through my film gear. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Remember, buying this film gear won't make you a better filmmaker. You need to learn for yourself, but I hope that this can help you decide on some new film gear. I do recommend all of this, and again, I was not sponsored by any of these companies to say this. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, afternoon, night, whatever time you guys are watching this, and we will see you in the next video.